welcome to another glorious session of followers of. No wait, this is Fractious. Yes, I know the name of my game. I know I think.
Uh-huh.
Can
You
I have a deception
doubt me?
check?
Shit. Fine. 1d20. 16.
I would say that.
I
it's
can't
about
even
it.
believe you.
Yes, nailed it. Master DM. Shit. You made it.
Say
you
it was
beat it.
legit.
Alright.
Yeah, she's legit.
Anyway, in the last episode, you guys went down into the depths, dealt with the worm situation, got another vial of a certain poison that's worth 2,000 gold, and you successfully destroyed the poacher's den. The temple turned
Hooray.
poacher's den. Anyway,
And everybody got 100 gold out of it.
yes. So, the morning comes, and as you are all quietly enjoying your breakfast, you hear a loud snoring coming from the wagon.
Can I go to the wagon?
You find a red tiefling sleeping in the bags.
Is there a stick nearby?
Yes.
I pick
Do
up
not
the stick.
disturb.
If he tries to poke her, I'm gonna chop off the end of the stick with my sword.
Alright. Flora?
Well, she doesn't know that.
Wait. Flora, do you allow that to happen?
She is apparently not paying attention to you, so you successfully chop off the end of the stick.
Alright.
She looks dismayed.
Jezebel,
Better rest.
you hear the
Yo.
sounds of quiet talking from nearby.
I'm just going to stretch and then scuttle over to the opening and poke my head out with the tired, like smacking my lips, like, "Good morning."
And good sleep.
Kinda. I kind of walked all the way over here to catch up to you guys, so still a little tired, but I can nap later.
I'm sure once you get going, you'll feel stronger than ever. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, you know me so well already. And I'm just gonna hop out of the the cart and give a stretch.
Gravity reverses and everyone falls to the side and off the world.
Oh, no.
Into the void. Bye.
So, you all have your breakfast, and of course, Jezebel, you have your wonderful meal hand gifted to you by your butler.
My adorable best friend.
Of course, my lady, whatever you wish to call.
Big hug and a switch on the cheek.
Jeff will just quietly wander away and move to get. He's going to get more stuff as per his payment. So,
Anything interesting happen while I was gone?
Oh, character, didn't we beam her in and she helped with fighting?
Yeah, she kind of did. But I'm pretty sure she was rather out of it.
yeah, what happened was she ran into the dungeon and you could tell she was basically drunk. Like, she doesn't appear to have any memory of what happened down there.
Oh well, we got more. Oh, we got more purple worm poison.
Ooh, even more to sell.
Mm-hmm.
We also found a really big worm.
We found the talking one. I shot it. It didn't seem to really care.
It
You
left as soon as
shot it.
Yes.
it left. It left without a fight after I told it about the Black Sun.
Yeah. I shot it. It asked me to shoot it.
And you listened.
Well, it was it was a very snide. What are you gonna do? Shoot me, kind of thing.
And you listened.
And well, he said go ahead and shoot. It seemed rude not to oblige.
True.
By the way, Jesse, how's your head? Since apparently you got drunk.
I did?
Yeah, you have a massive hangover. Like, you actually rejoined the party yesterday for fighting, but I'd forgotten. So you rejoined the party, but you don't remember a lick of it, and you were going to head to them, and then you woke up in the wagon. That's
Okay.
that's
Any of
the totally real story there.
So she's hungover.
So let's the restoration take care of being hungover.
Sure.
I'm gonna do 5 points of lay on hand ends for that.
Okay, first off,
Okay.
all of you, no touchy. I point to both Cora and Corax. I appreciate the healing. No touchy, because I have no idea what happened.
Okay, but why do you? Okay, is that a reason to want a headache?
No, but I also was like consent first.
Would you like your headache gone?
Yes, please. And there you go. You have consent.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you want to do it? Do you want to? I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I feel like 5 points of lay on hands ends are a little bit
Less pricey?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Regardless, you are no longer hangover, and the party is free to fill you in.
I'm also smiling ear to ear because two people are fighting over who to heal me first. I feel so special.
Korax rolls his eyes so hard at that one.
Oh, come on, Corax. You know you want to smile.
There's just a bit of a smile on him when he does it though.
I see that smile. She grins at him, leaning really close to his face.
Do we have a method to record that smile? We want record that he actually smiled, right?
Would it not be more advisable to inform your party member of the plans and the offer I suggested?
We'll get to that. Out of character, I'm trying to remember what all that was.
Olaf said his plan is to go east and continue looking for these poachers' dens, but you also got the mission to sell the poison in Eternia.
Right. So you want? Right. So Jesse, do you want to go to Eternia to sell poison, or do you want to go hunt down more poachers?
Jesse, a nickname? You really do like me.
You're growing on me like a fungus.
Which means you can never get rid of me. So even better.
You always find a way to look at the positive side.
I'm a double woman.
You're a bit soft there.
Yeah. For a second, I thought it was is on my end.
Same here.
Phones might be giving in finally. All right. I basically just shrug and say, I'm a devil one, remember? I have to look at the positives.
Oh, yes.
Anyway,
positives.
what's this about poachers then?
Yeah, that thing we just cleared out. Apparently, there's more of them, and Elnath wants us to go kill them all.
I'd rather not have my children hunted down for their tails.
You remember how I noped the heck out of there after the heck away from you after you asked me if I was a kitsune. When we first met,
Times.
you came out real quiet there.
I just said, "Oh, good times."
That poacher's den was why.
As they speak, your vague memories slowly begin to resurface, and you remember drawings of Kitsune, all temples, tails, and then carved graffiti marking what parts are used for where.
Her eyes widen a bit, and then she slightly rubs her head. She goes, "Oh, right. I think I remember that." Well, you can be safe to. You can trust me or not to say that I am not one of these poachers. I am a hunter, yes, but I take care of what I hunt. I don't tear it apart. That's so beastly.
Whatever you say.
I haven't taken your tail off yet, have I?
No, you haven't. And you've had plenty of opportunities to do so, so...
She just grins at him. Her tail swaying behind her. Well, so are you leaving it to me to decide whether we're going after these poachers or where we're going to Eternus?
I mean, well, you get a say in it.
What does everyone else say?
I like the and I have to admit, I like the idea. Well, well, there will always be buyers for deadly poison. Poachers, well, if we wait too long, they might decide to leave. I'd rather kill them before they have that chance.
This is true.
Isn't the idea to destroy all the dens before someone else finds them and learns the secret?
Yes, I am fairly certain that this isn't the sort of mission that will be completed in a week, shall we say. This is something I will be doing for, probably around 100 years.
On and off, then. Are there any others nearby?
He unrolls his map and has a look around. Yes, thank you, Carl. Let me get the map up. So up north, you've got Eternia. Got a few of the old missions marked on it.
Yeah. Like, there are still a few of the old. Like, I still do want to get to those eventually. By the way, like, the other elves who got kidnapped by Drow. Like, Korax is gonna want to look into that when we're in the area.
Alright, I'm just waiting for the map to load, but, yeah.
Okay.
You know how
Guys, real quick, can I say something? Sorry.
go for it.
Just out of character. I be taking my medicine, which tends to make me drowsy, so I'll try to stay awake as long as possible, but there might be a chance I might have to leave because I'm starting to fall asleep.
That's fine.
Just thought I'd give a heads up.
I assume having coffee with it would be a bad idea.
Yeah. With what I'm taking right now, not a good idea.
Alright. Now that the map is finally loaded, apparently I had to zoom all the way out for it to load. Elnath actually drags his finger and points towards Menos. Well, I do plan to head to Menos after this, and it will likely take me a while to investigate it and discover the location of the poachers' den there, as they're normally not very open, shall we say, especially since the calamity happened a while ago. I think it was 100 years ago, and yeah,
It was 200.
Oh, 200. Well, the big dragon and the heroes that came, one of them was a kitsune, so they've been slowly hiding all the locations that could incriminate the folk there having had dealings with that sort of business. And
Yeah,
he points upwards towards Eternia and he says, if we split up here, I'd say you could probably make a quick trip to Eternia and then meet me in Manos, if you wish.
Okay.
I don't mind.
I'm
Seems
fine
like
with
a plan.
Then hopefully you'll have something for us when we arrive, right?
Yes, I don't want you to wait around while I spend the time going around and, well, asking people, do you know of any, you know.
I would make a request of you guys. If we're going to Eternia first, do you mind? Do you mind if we loop around and by the Underdark entrance?
Uh,
Is this about that quest we saw a long time ago? Oh, about the elves being held captive by the drow?
Yes.
It's a
As,
way.
as, as, as being tortured at the hands of a Joraguma pleasure cult is not a fate I would wish upon anyone.
To be honest, if I'm being blunt, I'm surprised you haven't dragged us all the way over there to do it sooner.
Well, you all seemed a bit antsy about it.
The others were. I would have been fine with it. I mean, I am serving the god of protection after all.
And
More
that is
interrogation time.
okay, is that a yes or a no from everybody?
That's a yes from Clara.
All right, democracy wins. Let's go.
hmm.
Well, just shrugs, looking a little skeptical, but just
It's
he's with
worth
the
a
group,
lot
might
of
as well.
Jesse. It's worth a lot of money.
I suppose everybody else agrees, and I am stuck with you guys. So
Okay.
So you all plan to add another 10 days to your journey and head towards the Underdark and take care of that business, yes?
Well, yeah, I imagine we'd be passing through Chardy along the way. It's basically a straight shot.
Right, right. In that case, I
So-
guess this is where we pass ways for a time. Don't be alarmed if I've dealt with the poaching den while you guys have been dealing with the Elven den. You get it? It's a joke because you're going to the place with the drow, so it's a den of elves, so it's an elven den.
Please do not
Great
refer to the. Please do not refer to those wretches as elves.
Great grandfather, if you had to explain the joke, then it wasn't funny.
He looks down.
Aw.
For what it's worth, I'm sure 8-year-old me would have still laughed at it.
I guess I'll have to
Cicada
wait.
gives him a hug.
He returns the hug.
Aw.
I guess I shall have to wait for the next generation to tell my jokes to. I am unappreciated in the current.
Clara gives him a
Well,
hug.
if I ever meet someone, then I'll let you know. So you'll have something to look forward to.
With a sigh and a chuckle, he rises and checks all his things are together, pats down his bags of holding, checks his book is strapped in tight, and then he claps his hands together. Well, I will let you all head on your journey, and I will meet back up with you in the town. Don't be alarmed if I've dealt with the den there by the time you get there, or regardless, I'll wait for you there, and we can continue our journey eastward together.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
He gives a bow, and then he turns to Ryu and gives a smile. Now, there is just one last bit of business.
What?
He reaches over and begins to pat you on the head.
Watch the ears.
Hey, I whisper, make a note, Jesse.
He scratches you a little bit.
Yeah.
He scratches you a little bit behind the ears and then says, "Don't worry, don't worry. Your mother used to love it when I did this."
Just please stop, not in front of the others.
Oh no.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forget. There's what's the common term? Embarrassment. Right. Sorry. Well, toodaloo. And with that, he brings his arms up and begins to, that really silly speed walking that you see in movies, with the arms like folded up and arms basically chicken wing walking.
I went.
Elnath is doing that as he slowly begins to head on his way.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo.
Ryu's waving to him, saying, you wouldn't know how old he is with how much energy he's got.
Nope.
400s. That's and that's generally in 500s maybe. That's generally when they just stop caring entirely about appearances.
So, someone said this earlier and I didn't correct you because we were in character, but it's only been 100 years since the main calamity where you guys defeated the big dragon.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't a part of it.
I remember it being 200.
We were considering 200, but we decided 100 because you wanted to have the whole things not having made it eastward yet, all the way eastward yet. Do you remember?
Oh.
Regardless, Ryu, roll a history check for me if you would.
History, there you are.
Yeah, okay, that's a nat 20. He's around 200 years old. He's actually really young by elf years.
Elves, man.
If I remember correctly from my childhood, he's about 200 years.
Correct. Actually, looks genuinely surprised by that.
Ooh, interesting.
I was way off.
Kenku don't live that long. She's a little gobsmacked.
And Korax is a little gobsmacked too, for the opposite reason.
Anything else you guys would like to do? Oh, sorry. Go on, Ryu.
But it looks like his time with my great grandmother Kaguri has left an impact on him if he's spent taking all that time to save our kind.
But yeah, Gorex, you would of course know this, but it's extremely uncommon for elves to marry outside of elves because most other races live like a fraction of their lifespan, and two, that they marry that young.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, your great grandfather is unusual in a lot of ways.
He's basically about, I think it's like 18 or something years old in elf years.
Uh, a, a little bit older than that. Like,
20,
Korax is basically the age.
20s.
Yeah, like late 20s maybe, because by elf standards, Korax is basically a grad school frat boy
Fair enough.
in that age group, and Elnath is only like 30 years older than he is.
Fair enough. Continue.
Anyway, are we heading out? The sooner we get the job done, the sooner we can get back with him.
All right, but when we get to the cult, brace yourselves. I've never heard it. I've never seen it myself, but I've heard it can get quite gruesome.
So, do you all stop in Shati before heading on to the...
if only to resupply and everything.
Alright.
Like I need bullets. We could also use some new rations, I think.
Let me just do some...
Yeah, I only have. Sorry.
I'm just doing some quick calculating. You go on.
Yeah, I only. If we make it to Charlie, that would mean I only have 5 pieces of rations left. Let's see here.
Yeah, okay.
20.
So, as you all head and arrive in town, you all make it and you see that the town is very quiet and somber. The Temple of the Sun completely burned to the ground. There is just a pile of rubble where it once was.
And do I recognize this as the Order of the Dragon's work?
You do. They have put up a notice. Is the map working for everyone?
My brothers and sisters do not do things by half measures.
Like, you're not getting white books?
Yeah, I'm good.
Does that? What I'm more worried about I'm more worried about what happened to that faker. If she's still out there, then this could happen again.
Well, they have her description now, so.
So, as you guys are wandering the town, you notice very few people are actually around. Like, you see a couple of people, but everyone is mostly hurrying to get inside, or you can see guards posted at all entrances. Like, a nearby crypt has heavy guards, that sort of thing.
Closing in on that time of month, huh?
Yep.
What? Oh.
I believe you should have been keeping track of days, Akita. But I do know how many days it's been.
Oh. Oh no.
You should have been keeping track of days. I did warn you.
Should we do? Okay. Do we want to do? Should we be in the middle of a city for this, given what happened last time?
I think it'd be safer to be indoors.
Indoors.
Assuming you don't summon another giant monster to us.
What? Did I do that?
Well, a giant
didn't
monster showed up
summon it.
last time. Well, I mean, her presence might have brought it. I don't know. We don't know. That's the problem.
One by one, the people of the town all vanish. And signs and
Yep.
stores that were open switch to closed.
Yeah, let's just get indoors for now.
Okay. I'm going into the Adventurers Guild to take shelter.
Yeah.
You head into the Adventurers Guild and you find it fully packed with people and adventurers who are there just to hold up for the night and day. In fact, Flora, your mother says that unfortunately they actually don't have any rooms available. And if you guys do want to stay, you will have to share Flora's room, which only has one bed.
Well, honestly, I'd be just as happy to eat and meditate in the lobby. I don't sleep.
What do you guys want to do?
If it's packed in here, then the inn must be beyond flooded. So doesn't look like we have a choice.
I will get you some blankets you can sleep on. It's not much, but, well, it's something.
But by the way, the guild armory, is that open to us?
You're not guild members, so no, but I mean, Clara could request armors and weapons, but they would still cost around the same amount as if from a blacksmith. We might be able to get you a small discount, but otherwise, there's not much.
Never mind then. At a later date, perhaps.
You can always sign up to become a guild member.
Just a thought I had. We'll sort this out later. In a less tense moment.
All right. You will head upstairs to Flora's room. One moment. Okay, let me just assign one of these rooms. Sure, let's make it this one. Delete. It's not that small a room. Like, there's enough room to reasonably fit you all. There's even a small toilet and a bath, even a window looking out over the city.
It does have a toilet. That's great.
She's nervous again.
If you guys had kept track of the day, you would know exactly how long it is until then.
I don't wanna.
I'm gonna be. I tried to at first, but I quickly lost count.
Well,
But I think it was a stroke of luck that we decided to stay in the city for the day.
you guys are in your room. What do you
Technically,
do?
they're in my room.
In
Carry
Chloe's
on.
room.
Yep. Like, I am seated at the window, my pistol out, just ready to take pot shots at any undead that approach.
I'm going to play some calming music.
I'm actually just going to sit down in a cross-legged
Oh gosh.
position.
You all slowly watch as the lights dim and it becomes nighttime. You're brought
I
food.
close my eyes.
You brought food, basic dinner. Also, remember to subtract 3 rations for all your trip.
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah,
you,
I did.
Jezebel. So, do you all sleep through the night?
Well, for a given value of sleep.
Yes, I know you're an elf.
Bed is double-wide.
You break a string on your instrument.
Is
I'm going
displeased.
to just like sit by the door beside Cicada and like lightly rest there.
You notice as you examine the door, Jezebel, that it doesn't have a lock.
Oh, fantastic. So I'm just gonna give a bit of a stretch and walk over to.
I should clarify. It doesn't have like the lock you traditionally think of. It has one of those little latches. You
so
know,
like a
the
lock
gate.
or not a lock?
It's more a gate latch, like the kind of thing like if you needed to break down the door, you could.
Correct, dear. Just to keep in mind that this place does not have a proper lock.
Hmm.
That seems like a my opinion. Yes, that's a major point against me joining as a guild member.
You know that your rooms that you were staying in previously did have regular locks. Only Chlora's has this specific lock.
Why are we in this room then?
Because it's Chlora's room.
Because and all the other rooms are taken.
Oh, isn't that a coincidence?
So, okay, actually, just double checking. There's like no doorknob then?
There is a doorknob, but like when you were younger, you accidentally got into the alky hole one time, and to make sure that you couldn't lock yourself in your room and try to fly out the window again, they made sure that you couldn't actually lock the door properly so they could get in.
Okay.
'Cause
So
you
it's like, oh, right. There was drama when I was younger.
Care to specify?
the details are up to you.
Okay.
I'm just painting a example, so to speak.
I was a bit younger. I thought I could fly.
And what does that have to do with the door?
Like me?
They could get in when they needed to.
I wish I could fly.
Oh. Give it. Give it a few weeks. I'm sure you'll learn how.
Mhm.
Do you all get some rest for the night?
And yes. When the others are asleep, I'm actually gonna see if I can just go find like a bow and arrow real quick, just so I can continue to take pot shots without waking the others up. Some.
They do have an old bow and some very very shoddy arrows. Like it's an old bow that's mostly used for training. Like it's not really useful in combat. Like it do maybe 1 damage, but like it's usable and they're willing to give it to you for like a gold.
I mean, I'm not even going to keep it. I just want, I just wanted so I have have something quiet to shoot at any undead that get near.
I know. I'm just explaining that if you want to keep the bow of what's the word?
Training?
You don't need.
No, what's the word? 1 second. The non-lethal bow, you can.
Oh, it's non-lethal?
Yes. The arrows will always be non-lethal, and they're willing to give it for 1 gold.
Well,
You can borrow my crossbow.
okay, yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
You can borrow it, or you can buy it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep. I'm gonna borrow the crossbow, like, I am specifically looking for something that would be lethal.
Okay. Well, remember to
Yes.
count off any arrows that he uses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, well, I'm only gonna use them. Like, I'm only gonna use it again. I'm only gonna use it if undead get near.
Mhm.
So, with any luck, okay, that won't be any.
So,
Okay, light crossbow.
you all get some sleep, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Jezebel is in front of the door.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay. And Korax, you have 19 bolts to that crossbow.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you when when I'm firing. Like, I'm gonna give it back to you in the morning.
Yeah. So, the night slowly passes. The moon high in the sky. Korax, I need you to roll me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check, okay.
Not save check.
Well, that's my wisdom is -1, so let's see how this goes.
It's not a hard check. Yeah, okay.
8.
So, you're not sure, but something seems off. Everyone else?
Off in what way?
You can't tell, something doesn't seem right. You know, a gut feeling.
Hmm.
Everyone else? You wake up fully rested.
So it's morning.
It's the dead of night, but you are fully rested.
It's the day of the black sun.
Did something happen to me, or
I don't know.
The sky is still dark outside. You can still see stars in the sky.
Why are we awake?
You can hear quiet confusion from the other rooms as people head downstairs and then back up, windows opening and people looking out. A knock on the door and Glora's mother arrives with breakfast, which she delivers. Good morning.
morning?
Good morning, Mom. Our character, is this usual for Black Sun?
Nope. Normally you
Ah.
get a little bit of sun before it vanishes. Or at the very least, there wouldn't be stars in the sky because the sun is still there.
Mom, is just anything odd happen outside that you know of?
Oh yeah, the sun
Are there-
hasn't risen.
Huh.
I have no idea what's going on, and honestly, I am in a panic, so I'm just gonna be cooking downstairs. I'll be there if you need me. Here's your breakfast. I've included a little extra. You know, there's bacon and there's eggs. Enjoy yourselves, and don't worry if the mashed potato screams a little bit. I'll be downstairs. She hurries away, and
Okay.
you can tell that your mother is very much panicked. She's stress cooking.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's stress cooking.
We're all in danger. Mom is stress cooking.
Oh dear.
Well, did I have occasion to fire with a crossbow at all last night?
Nope. And
Did I see any undead last night?
you saw the guards pulling and dragging undead into a pile to burn, but you get the impression that they've been taking care of most of the undead that have wandered too close. And it's now that people are mentioning it that you realize what is wrong. The moon isn't moving.
I'm going to
The
go
mo-
into a meditative state.
No, like Korax is looking at the moon. You know, I swear it's been in the same. It's been in the same. The moon has been in the same position all night.
That's impossible.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I need to ask Birdie.
I'm gonna.
Guys, Cicada first, and then we'll do your Corax. Okay?
Okay.
So what are you asking Birdie?
Did time stop?
If time stopped, then we wouldn't be moving right now.
You get an answer back and say, not for you. Corax?
Oh dear.
Never mind. Like she asked the question I was going to ask.
Can I replace my broken string with one of my spares?
Yeah.
Okay. I do that while all the questions are being asked.
Okay.
Yep. I give back Cicada's crossbow bolt. I mean her
Thank
crossbow.
you.
Leaving that from my inventory.
So, what do you guys do?
Cicada, do you tell us what you heard?
Something is wrong with the sky.
Well, clearly we can
It
see
stopped.
that. Stopped.
How do you stop the sky?
She shrugs. I don't know.
Unless somebody stopped the sun.
You guys say fine? Just checking.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
Does Ryu need light?
He should be shedding at least. He should be shedding 5 feet of light. Yeah, he should have 5 feet.
And he's got something prepared this time. Besides.
Regardless, continue on. What do you guys want to do?
I'm tempted to investigate, but I don't know what we would investigate.
Korax is gonna do a quick divine sense.
Just out the window.
Yeah.
You sense a few things below, but they're not very strong. Like, you get the impression that it's probably, from your experience, likely clerics and paladins and that sort of thing. Maybe a couple of tieflings.
Could it be something to do with the Temple of the Sun?
Hey, Korax. You remember when we first met that false goddess? She mentioned that she preached having the power to control the sun.
I look up at the sky. My family deals a lot with illusion magic. Does this look familiar at all to me?
Nope.
I'm wondering. Yes, I'm wondering if this could be some kind of illusion.
I could try detect anything.
I mean,
Okay. Isabel starts to walk outside, head outside to see what's going on.
I'm gonna go with you, buddy system.
Alright. You head outside into the dark streets. You can see people quietly. You can see many guards rushing around, and most of them stationed at the exits, keeping back the occasional undead that wanders by. The guards by the crypts making sure to do the same with any that come out, though they're far less frequent than the ones at the gates. Above you, the moon hangs in the air.
I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I am going to ritual cast detect magic.
You detect nothing out of the ordinary.
Clara
Ah.
is going to go downstairs and play calming music for people who are panicking.
They give you a gold as thanks, and you do a performance, but regardless, what do you guys do?
Ryu takes out his short sword and sweeps his hand along the flat of the blade.
All right, you are now illuminating 20 feet.
Maybe we should check the rubble. There might still be something there.
Right ahead of you, dear. Jezebel said that she's already walking towards the rubble.
As is Corax.
I guess Cicada is currently with Ryu at the moment.
Yep. So what do you? So Cora is downstairs, and Korax and Jezebel are at the rubble. Okay. So I will need you both to roll an investigation check.
Okay. Wait.
Dang it.
Yeah. Natural
Hey.
20.
So Ryu and Cicada. Ryu, I want you to roll. Yeah, roll perception for me.
No, that's here. There.
Okay. You've noticed that Cicada is being a little quiet.
Oh no.
Cicada, please mute yourself.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Cicada?
Her head turns to look at you.
Are you alright?
I'm alright.
Are you sure?
Should we help the others?
I'd like to, let's go to the rubble. Maybe Corax and Jezebel have found something by now.
Alright. So you both head outside, passing by Clara. Do you do anything?
Like he says, Ryu starts heading in the direction of the rubble.
Okay. Clara, you see them heading outside.
You know, I've been having this debate for the past 5 minutes if going with you guys would be better or keeping people calm would be better.
Only you can make that decision, none of them are there.
Do you even know where we're going? Or we went? Because I think you were still inside while we were talking about that.
No, I'll leave you to your current decision, and I'll get back to Ryu. Ryu, as you begin to head for the gate, the Cicada follows you quietly. And as you pass through the gate, the guards give you a brief look, but you pass on through. And as you turn to head north, Cicada continues to head west.
Cicada? Where are you going? The temple, the rubble's this way.
I know.
Then why are you going the other way?
No answer. She continues
Cicada?
walking.
Ryu goes after Cicada and grabs her by the shoulder. Cicada, what's wrong with you?
As you grab her, you begin to get dragged along as she continues walking.
Cicada, what's going on?
No
He
response.
grabs her hand and starts trying to pull her back.
You pull and pull and pull, but she just keeps walking, and you keep getting dragged.
Out of curiosity, could I tell if Cicada was acting strangely?
You were playing, so you wouldn't have been focused.
Okay.
You
Carry
can
on.
roll. You can
I
roll.
still need to debate.
You can roll a perception check with disadvantage, but try not to interrupt the roleplay.
Okay.
Ryu.
Ryu points his hand up, realizing that he's not getting anywhere like this, and they could be in danger. Ryu points his hand up in the sky, and shoots out a firebolt, and then says, "Corax, Jess, whatever you're doing, I hope one of you is looking up at the sky."
All right.
Korax
Wait.
is looking down at the ground, examining the rubble.
I know. But anyway, Jezebel, Corax, I want you to roll a perception check with disadvantage. So,
Oh,
Ryu,
disadvantage.
do you continue to follow Cicada?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will move you over there for now. Jezebel, I need you to roll perception. Thank you. So,
Where's
Jezebel, you find a piece of rock that looks like looks like a button, you know, one of those comical remotes with just the one red button. You find one of those. Corax, you find a medallion with a sun on it, and you can feel the magic humming in it.
Good magic or bad magic?
Neither.
Hmm.
You would have to have Cicada use detect magic to find out more.
Well, or better yet, identify.
Mm-hmm. But Elnath has already left, so...
Well,
What do
Cicada knows identify, doesn't she?
She might. Regardless, you guys have finished investigating the rubble. What do you do? Cicada, you can unmute yourself now. Just know you're not in the scene.
Yeah, okay, I just wanted to clarify that I do not have identify. That would be my wizard.
So,
Oh,
I'm gonna go mute now. Bye.
just know you can talk now. Anyway, Corax, Jezebel, do you begin to head back to the Adventurers Guild?
I'm going to look at the rock like a button, and I'm just going to shrug and toss it away.
Okay. So you head back?
Might as well.
You head back to the inn, passing by Flora, who is still playing, and the crowd appears to have calmed down a bit. You head up to the room where you left Clara and Ryu. And you
Yeah.
open the door to find it empty. I'm just leaving the
Oh.
tokens here so they can see them, basically.
right. I mean, as long as they're together, I'm sure. As long as they're together, I'm sure they're both fine.
And put her hands on her hips like they left without me?
Man, Roll20 is being super weird. Just drag over. There we go.
Oh, by the way, I never asked you, Corax. Anything interesting about what you found?
And I found. Well, I found this. It's a. It's it's definitely magic, but I'm not sure. But I'm not entirely certain. But I'd like to know a bit more about what it does.
Well, let's see. Maybe we can try to ask somebody here. Maybe even try to see if we can spot Foxy and Cicada.
So,
Right.
do you retrieve Chloro while you were at it?
Well, on our way in, we left her to it. Like, I don't know that we need to retrieve her. Like, as far as we know, nothing's wrong.
Fair enough. So, you ask around and you eventually find out that Mercy does offer an identify service for 10 gold.
Okay, I guess we could just run. We could just run over there, and I'll hand him all my remaining silver because that basically covers it.
Alright, he will take the coin and he'll give a smile, and then he will trace out the ritual for identify, and then he'll pause and go, I'm feeling a little lazy today, and he'll just cast identify instead. And
Yeah.
as he does so, he pauses a bit and then looks confused. Now, that is quite odd. And as he says
What is it?
the door that you left open begins to shine as the sun rapidly rises and the moon falls. It is now maybe 2 hours past morning. The sun is back
Whoa.
out and shining.
To fix the
Okay,
sun.
that's quite a bit to unpack in what just happened. Did the amulet have anything to do with that?
I'm afraid I'm not able to identify this.
We
Actually,
paid you to
hold on.
identify it.
Hold on. Maybe it will work with a ritual. Give me 10 minutes. And he resumes tracing out the ritual's circle to cast identify. And you see it briefly glow, and then he smiles and he goes, there we go. This artifact is able to control the sun.
Excuse me?
By casting a spell slot into it, you are able to change the current time of the sun.
Can it turn back time?
No, it doesn't turn back time, it just shifts the time of day. If it was noon and you changed it to night, it would still be noon. It's just that the moon would be out. And it lasts as long as the spell slot you put into it.
Isabel, for a second, and then
Repeat
gets a
that,
big
you
old
cut out. You cut out.
sneezing. Give me a minute. Jezebel gives a big old grin, and then she'll giggle. She goes, "Well, fake goddess indeed." And then she's gonna make grabby hands to give it back.
He hands it over. You know, that is quite a remarkable artifact.
Indeed, seems we might have solved one of the riddles of this fake goddess.
And is that desire I see in your eyes, Mercy?
Well, yes, I would be inclined to procure it. But at the same time, such an artifact is, well, quite priceless.
Give this a thought, Mosey. Jezebel says that she kind of like plays with the medallion with two fingers. This apparently might have belonged to the goddess that was once here, in this very town. Now, it might have been hers.
Then it should
So I
likely be
guess-
handed in to as evidence, I'm afraid. It is technically belonging to the government.
Yes, but technically speaking, if this pretend goddess finds out this is still here, she might come back.
Regardless,
And I'm pretty sure she would really like to have this back. So, would you rather have her come back or follow us instead?
as it stands, you have raised a fair point, and I would not like to have customers be killed by someone seeking a medallion. But
Yeah.
if you find the right buyer, I am sure they will give quite a penny for it. Items that grow in strength based on spell slot are very rare.
Well, Korax is actually having another thought. Where is the nearest outpost of the Order of the Dragon? Because this feels like something that this feels like something that we should turn over to them.
Order of the Dragon.
I'm asking that out of character. Like, does Korax know?
Okay. There'd probably be one in Appalachia and in the city, but they'd be like very small outposts. Like,
Their presence outside the Dominion has diminished quite a bit lately.
like there would be a place here. It's just most of the time they're so busy trying to do their job that most of the time it's pretty understaffed there.
Yeah, and they're probably not equipped to guard something like this. Then,
Like, there are bigger places closer to the Elf City that are fully manned and well stocked, but the further out you go, the less able manpower they have.
yeah, we are nowhere near the Dominion.
Uh-oh, medicine kicking in. Oh boy.
Are you free to? Well, just hold on for a little bit longer, okay?
Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
I'm tired
it
too.
just, yeah, no way. It's just barely hitting me, but I can stay up for a little while longer.
Right. So, you guys have this medallion. You are also missing one fox and one kenku.
Real quickly, before they walk out of the store, Jezebel kind of grins at Corax and she holds up medallion and she goes, "Would you like to keep this and be a target or me?"
Hey, give it to me.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've got a plan, and for if she sends people after me.
So, I'll make a handout for the medallion a little later, but essentially, if you expend a spell slot like you would for a ring of spell storing, shall we say, it allows you to change the time of day. However, depending on the spell slot used, that will affect how long it stays wrong.
Yeah, well, I have only got I've only got one at first level spell slots at the moment, so it's not that big of an effect.
I'd
yet.
say maybe 1 hour per spell slot, And if you
Yeah.
and if you spent a ninth level, it might be like, I'd say past a certain point it turns into days instead of hours, but regardless, you now have the Medallion of the Sun.
All right.
Casually hands it to him, and she goes, "No, this might make us find this goddess. So you best be prepared for that later on in the future."
Right.
So,
Anyway, let's go find my cicada and Foxy.
alright. So you can either roll investigation or perception.
Those are equal for me actually, so
Yeah.
Also,
I'll go
Cora,
investigation.
by this point you've stopped getting money and most of the crowd is starting to disperse now that the sun's back. People are returning to their routines and daily grind.
Okay. Do I have an idea of where my friends went?
Yeah, you're able to find them fairly easily.
Okay. I find you. Do you say I find them like when they leave the store?
Yeah, probably around then.
So did you guys figure it out then?
Somewhat. Corax found something interesting.
So,
Oh?
You might have to explain later. Have you seen Cicada or Foxy lately?
Last I saw them, they were leaving while I was keeping people calm during the night. She air quotes night, by the way.
Technically it was day, but alright then.
so Jezebel, you did some investigating, and using your contacts, you were able to confirm that there was a firebolt that went off to the west of the city, and people who looked in that direction noticed a white fox and a kinku heading westward. And when you
I
went
think
to
my
that gate, you saw some drag marks briefly before they end.
So I think my contacts, and I go back to Cora and Corax with a slight frown on my face, and I go, well, seems they had a party without us.
Hmm.
And briefly tell them what my contacts told me. And then I cross my arms over my chest and I go, we better head west.
Okay. Who's getting the horses?
So, I will mention this just briefly. You all had yesterday to buy things, so if there's anything you would like to purchase, say so now. And this applies to you, Cicada, and Ryu as well. This is purchases you made yesterday, basically, before everything
Okay.
closed.
How much for
I'm
a
gonna-
musket?
For a musket.
A musket and enough shot to go with it.
You're not really going to find a musket here this far inland.
That's fair.
I'm going to buy 10 gold's worth of rations.
Alright, you, don't worry about rations anymore.
Okay.
You have like 100 rations easily.
Alright.
I think I'll do the same. And just not worry about it.
10 gold of rations would be, let's see. Yeah, I'd say 6, so that would be, yeah, that's like 600 rations.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
Yeah, okay, I don't have to worry about rations anymore.
you still have to carry that though, so just be aware most of that is on the wagon.
Yeah, most of it's gonna be on the wagon.
Alright, anyone
So
else
I'm
got any
also going to-
purchases?
I guess with the half of that gold, I'm also going to get animal feed.
Sure thing. Anyone else?
Are we like set for animal feed for like a couple more months?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go mute now. Bye.
Anyone else got anything they want to get?
What the hell? I'll get some potions of healing.
They're 50 GP.
Okay, never mind.
Anyone else?
It's nothing.
I'm pretty much set.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Then with that, we will move to Cora, to Cicada, and Jezebel, and Cicada and Ryu. I'm sorry, this sleep is starting to get to me. Cicada and Ryu. Ryu, you are walking for about, say, an hour before you see the sun rise and return to the land. It is now daytime for you.
Cicada?
Cicada? You open your eyes and find yourself in the middle of a road. Next to Ryu. Only there's two of him.
Huh?
You blink, and now you're only seeing one.
Huh? What happened?
What do you mean what happened? And you dragged me. Gods know how far from the city.
I did?
You were wandering off on your own. I tried to stop you, but you didn't even budge.
I'm so sorry. I don't remember.
Let's just hurry back. Let's hurry back to town.
Okay.
So, about 30 minutes out of town, on the wagon, Corax, Jezebel, and Clara, you see two familiar figures in the distance, slowly becoming larger over time.
Hello. Did you enjoy your walk?
No. In fact, it wasn't supposed to be one in the first place.
Did a giant monster show up this time?
No.
Cicada, Foxy!
There was
I run over down the truck. I pull Cicada into a hug burst. Will you stop leaving me behind?
I didn't mean to.
Anytime we have not say things, I am tying you to my waist. She said as she pokes her beak. Foxy! And then she goes over to try to hug Ryu next.
Ryu is just doing his best to stay focused. With looks at cracks, saying, if something was beckoning her over this time, she couldn't get to it before the sun came up.
Oh, good job weighing her down, Foxy, I say as I hug and poke his cheek.
There you go, there's a handout for you.
Okay.
Wait. I didn't. She was. I couldn't even slow her down. It's like she was in a trance.
Just like before. Guess this means we're going to have to keep an extra close eye on you from now on, Cicada, during the Black Sun.
I'm sorry.
Still, good job on you, Foxy, for sticking by Cicada and not making sure she wasn't by herself. Such a chivalrous Foxy.
Cicada, roll perception for me.
Okay. 19.
Okay. All your gold is gone.
My gold. It's gone.
Korax is gonna check his gold.
You all still have your gold. Also, Cicada, you've now got an odd bag attached to your belt.
Huh? I don't remember this.
Also, your staff is back to the one you started with, the one that got shattered.
Huh?
Were you even see this?
Just confused bird noises.
Ryu can roll perception if he wants to see if he noticed anything.
Alright.
Yeah, you didn't notice anything.
Well,
Can you roll perception? You weren't with Cicada at the time.
Yeah, you guys weren't there when whatever happened, and Ryu wasn't paying close enough attention. He was too busy focusing on following.
well, what's in the bag?
I checked the bag.
You see nothing but inky blackness inside the bag.
Huh?
You now have a bag of holding.
Oh my god.
Also, your staff is no longer plus whatever, and as the poison and stuff, it's just a regular staff now.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess that's going off my list of attacking things.
Where did all that come from?
Huh?
You were with Cicada the whole time, Foxy, and you
Don't-
didn't even notice.
Don't. I was going to say don't delete it.
Don't delete it.
Oh well.
I can put it back in.
It's fine, it was just... Never mind. You got the walking stick in there, that's fine. Continue.
It
Now
was-
I have to.
It was dark, and I was doing everything I could think of. I was just trying to do everything I could think of to get Cicada to stop walking. I even got in front of her, or nearly fell to the ground doing that.
I'm gonna reach my hand into the bag.
She just walked right into me like I wasn't even there.
You pull out an apple.
I'm trying to find my gold. Because apparently my belt pouch is gone.
Seems this patron of yours, Cicada, is very generous indeed.
Do you try and pull something out of the bag again?
Yeah, I'm trying to find my gold.
You pull out another apple.
I dump out the bag.
You try to dump out the bag, but nothing falls out.
She's so confused.
I hear it dumps its contents if you invert it.
What?
Are you sure?
Maybe
you
not.
Okay. Regardless, you now have a bag of air quotes holding.
I don't like that.
So what do you guys want to do now?
None of this is making any sense.
I'm gonna try to pull something out of the bag.
You're telling me.
You pull out an apple.
Say
I
we
pick up a
continue
rock and put it in the bag.
on.
Okay.
I then try to pull the rock out of the bag.
You pull the rock out of the bag.
Well, the rock is still a rock.
I say we continue on, because Corax has something to tell you all.
Huh?
And I was just about to, and I've been trying to ask ask if you guys found anything anything in the rubble.
Just this, and he pulls out the medallion. This is how our goddess friend was controlling the sun.
God, be Pacific.
And you feed a spell. You feed a spell into it, and you can control, and you can move the time of day around.
Is that so?
It's basically like playing with the sun on the Terraria home screen.
So hypothetically, anyone could use it as long as they can use magic.
Hypothetically, yes. I was
That-
going to hand it over. I was going to and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I imagine the god and our goddess friend will be coming after it eventually.
Well, on the bright side, if she needed this, then it means our fake goddess wasn't as powerful as she tried to make herself out to be.
A fake goddess or god is not going to be as powerful as they should be. There's always cheat codes, I guess you could say, like this right here, that gives them their power. Now, to say that this is the only thing that gave her power may not be the whole truth, but we at least have proof, as I've been told, that she was indeed fake.
But there is one matter of concern. This completely debunks my theory that she was responsible for the Black Sun.
Nope. Indeed, just an opportunist.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Especially because for somebody like a fake goddess like herself to claim that she could control the sun in a certain way to stop the Black Sun when it's been going on for quite a while. Yeah, I would say she was definitely an opportunist for sure.
I mean, she technically was right. She can't stop the Black Sun. You just have to put a 9th level spell slot into it every single day.
Still an opportunist. Because now we can do that technically once we learn a 9th level.
That's still. So I guess now the question is, what do we do with it?
Of course.
I mean, my first thought was to give it. It was to turn it over to my brothers at the Order of the Dragon, but well, there aren't any outposts around here that are really equipped to guard over something like this.
Have we? Cicada still has the detect magic thing, right?
Yeah, I do.
Should we come over to the Rebel for more stuff?
Corax,
I think
you are pretty certain that there is nothing else left. Because you rolled a natural 20.
My brothers and sisters were pretty thorough. I'm honestly not sure how they missed this. They burned that building completely to the ground.
Okay.
Yes, so I say we continue onward, but keep in mind that we might, once this pretend goddess and her followers find out we have this medallion, we may have another target on our backs.
Of course, when her followers see what we can do with it, perhaps they'll lose faith in her, no?
That is a good point.
So we keep it for a little bit, so we can debunk this fake goddess and rub it in her face.
And well, putting down false prophets is part of what I'm supposed to do as a paladin of the Platinum Dragon.
Is there anything else, you guys? Sorry, go on.
I guess that falls within my job description too.
This just sounds fun to me.
Real quick, Cicada, how much gold did you have?
91.
Alright. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't got anything else.
Cicada looks a little dejected.
Besides, Cicada, I'll go buy you something from the tavern. How's that?
Okay.
And I do meant what I said. I'm going to tie you to me, so that way you can show me where you're going to take me.
Eh,
Fun! Girls' night out!
Anything
You-
else you guys would like to do?
Do you think you don't need me anymore?
What?
What are you talking about?
Don't be ridiculous, Cicada.
Hmm.
Hey, Cicada, you're mine now. There's no way I'm going to leave you behind.
Besides, who knows if you're going into the... Besides, if the black sun is going to make you sleepwalk, then who knows what's going to happen to you if we leave you alone?
It's always been like this.
Now, Cicada, look me in the eyes. Does it look like I'm going to let you go? She gives her a very serious look.
No?
There you go. I'm going to hug her and then start dragging her towards the tavern. Let's go get some food.
Cicada says something in a voice you all heard once before. And what she says is, in a low, male voice, she says, liars. You cannot
What?
promise that.
What the...
Jezebel looks curious at Cicada now.
Is there a check we can roll to see if any of us can recognize the voice?
Insight?
It's the voice you heard Cicada use when she asked her warlock patron if the god was a false god.
Hmm.
You know, the voice that Cicada mentioned sounded really different, but you guys didn't get to talk about because then Ninja had to go away.
Hmm.
Well,
Cicada,
that was
dear.
odd.
You
Did
have something you want
Cicada
to
realize
share?
what she just said, or?
Yes, you heard yourself say it.
I didn't mean to.
That's something you want to share with us, Cicada.
Maybe later.
I'm going to hold you
Yeah.
to that.
At the end.
All right. Let's go back.
So, you go back to the inn, you gather your stuff. What do you do now?
Hmm.
I'm
Cicada
going
just
to-
looks very depressed.
I'm going to buy some drinks for me and Cicada, and then I'm also going to write a letter later.
Okay. You do so. Now that the Black Sun is over, you guys are able to get your own rooms without issue.
I'm just going to do that and head to bed, and I really have to go, guys. It's getting harder to stay awake.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We can do the discussion this time.
So,
Yeah, because I want to be more awake when we do that.
Yeah.
So, I'll just do the wrap up now then, because we're finishing a little early, but that's alright. So,
You guys can keep going. I'm sorry. The medicine's really making me drowsy.
it's up to you guys.
I want Jezebel to be there to hear it, so
Yeah.
I'm fine wrapping up early.
I said we can
Yeah,
I've heard that
begin
too.
the next session with that. Anyway, You all rest and recover from the very long night that was actually long into the day, actually, by a few hours. Cicada, you lay down and look up to the ceiling, staring into the nothingness. Only this time, as you look up at the ceiling and the darkness that you know from your meditations, you see two red eyes staring back at you. And that is where we're ending this session.
Eh.
Creepy.
Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all had fun.
Yep.
Later.
Good night.
Mhm.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.